Hi my friends and welcome to another video. If you wondered how to make a tropical house track like KYGO, this video is for you. I will show you all the elements you need step by step and give insights into the perfect mixing techniques for this style. So, make sure to subscribe and without further ado, let's get right into it. Originally I started this track as a break part, but in the end it turned out as a full drop. I will show you now the very first instruments I used. First, a piano. It consists of two layers. One from Contact and another organ-style piano from Spire. I combined this with some ambience loops and drones, made them fit by pitching and cutting parts one don't wanted. They sound like this. Mixing-wise, you only have to cut the low-end rumble, especially of the samples. Technically. But to make everything more interesting, we can do some more tricks. Give the ambience samples more space by adding reverb, spread them out by using a stereo enhancer and use panning to surprise the ears of the listener. Stuff like this always works to make everything sound more professional. The next step for me was to bring rhythm into the whole thing. I've done this by adding KYGO's most iconic drop piano. By cutting the notes and arranging them this way, we create groove, which is so important. As our instrument I used two Nexus presets. The Terminator's theme and the Dance Piano 2.7K. Because there is already much reverb on it, I reduced it and lowered the sustain and release a bit. This makes it more stand out. On the mixing chain, I used OTT at an amount of around 20%, an EQ which cuts everything under 150 Hz, and of course kickstart, but as you can guess I sidechained every element of the drop. Our drop piano itself sounds like this. To underline the rhythmic part, I copied the notes and made staccato strings play them too. With a bit of sound goodizer and reverb, they fit perfectly in the whole surrounding. Have a listen. Now that we have covered most of the mid-range frequency spectrum, let's focus on the bass. It's important to do some octave changes inside the piano roll. This brings a lot of movement. Of course I used Nexus again. Here I chose the Alive and the Big Hills preset. Just a bit of EQ and a bit of low and high cut, and there we have our bass line. Not to forget, but very easy, the sub bass. I always go for a simple sine wave or respace in Serum or Silent One and process with a high cut and a heavy sidechain. Depending on your sound, I recommend to boost the sub frequencies a bit. This gives more pump and fullness to your song. Beside FX and some filling layers, we have to build the drums. The fundamental element is a short and hard kick. Then, snaps on every fourth beat, in between some hi-hats and shaker loops, on every second beat a snare. Put a lot of reverb on the percussion. This is characteristic for KYGO. For more groove, we grab a hi-hat loop and make it decent in the background. Last but not least, we need FX sounds like sweeps, downlifters, risers, etc. White noise is very effective to give the whole track more power. Do the final touches by using additional ambience loops or drones and further tom fills to bring in this typical KYGO 80s vibe. Guys, wait a minute. Before we have a short look at the build-up section, we mustn't forget the lead, in our case the vocal chop. I made this from a simple vocal by cutting the whole thing into pieces with SliceX. Just try to come up with a catchy melody, process it with low cut, reverb and sidechain, and there you go. In the second part of the drop I let a Pluck play the exact same melody to bring variation in the song. So, these were all elements of the drop. Let me explain the build-up very quick. I fade in the organ piano, the ambience loops and the drop piano with an high-cut filter. As the drop comes closer, it opens up and also the sidechain will be turned on constantly. As extra supporting layers, I added a picked guitar and some Pluck chords. They sound like this. The rest is FX stuff, like risers and build-up loops. I think that's it, boys and girls. If you enjoyed this video, give me thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss any of my videos, make sure to subscribe. So, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Just come here, I need you beside me a little longer, therapy.